just spent $1,000 on Speedflow gear, and this rocked up. Can anyone tell me why that is $1,000 of, like, see that? $50. I'm gonna buy 24 of these for $50. So there's no way to sugarcoat this. Today is fuel system day, which I truly am. Like, once you just get over the money thing, it's sick. Shit is getting real now. The Stag is coming alive and there's cool looking stuff going into the Stag now. So we are doing all things fuel system today. So from the very back all the way up to the front to the new Plasma Man fuel rail and our new fuel pressure reg. Now, so what I've just done is mounted the fuel pressure reg on the inside of the strut tower. A lot of people put it up higher. I've just put it down below just because I just think it looks a bit nicer, just a bit out of the way, and you don't really know it's there until you pop your head over and actually look down, and then you actually understand that there's a bit more going on than just stock. I have spent a little bit of time learning and making my first ever Speedflow fittings on the back half. So what I've done is there was a nice little nook up inside the chassis rail for the flex fuel sensor. So I've just mounted that flex fuel sensor on the inside of the chassis rail there, and then just got the OEM hoses and just got the return line, chopped it, got a Speedflow 5/16 to -6 adapter. Put it on there, a couple 90 deg turns into the flex fuel sensor, straight out. I think it's like a 45 up, and then it goes up into the fuel rail. So I'm actually really happy with how that turned out. It looks really neat and looks good. It looks like, I'll say it looks like somebody who actually knows what they're doing did it. So perfect. What we are gonna do now is work on the front. So if you think that I'm doing it wrong, leave a comment down below. Chances are I've already done it wrong because you're literally watching me do it wrong. Yeah, but let's rip in. Let's rip in. Just a reminder that even the pros make mistakes. This is the hose that goes on the rear of the fuel rail, coming from the feed of the fuel filter. Now, I knew this a mile away. I wanted to put some heat sleeve on this thing because it runs directly, Jesus Christ, just dropped my $100 and something fitting. This stuff is really, really good for if you have something running like through fucking fire. But also really, really good for abrasion. If you just don't want something to rub through something, this stuff will literally rub through anything. This line sits hard up against a rubber coolant hose. So made this fitting, got a bit trigger happy on the whole fitting thing, put it on and didn't put the heat sleeve on. So I got lucky in this particular case that I'm going to reuse this end and use it for the front hose, and then this hose is just long enough that I'll be able to chop that off and then put a new fitting on it and then use that as the fuel pressure reg. So really, these are reusable. You just got to get a new orb on the inside, or olive I think they call it. So I'll do that, and you guys can continue on watching. But got lucky on that one, but at least it'll be done right now. Alright, we are done, and you know what? I think it looks sick. It came out really nice. Everything just looks tidy, and I really enjoyed doing that. Coming out of the hard lines into the fuel filter, and then up into the fuel rail, across the fuel rail, and then down out of the front of the fuel rail into the fuel pressure reg, and then out of the return back into the return line. I'm really happy with how I got to the OEM brackets for the original rails. I actually managed to sneak my lines in there, so all the original brackets are still in there. And yeah, they don't fit perfectly, but if you chop out that little middle bridge section, you can get 2 -6 lines just down there, and they don't fit perfect, but they fit well enough that they look neat. Now there's only one thing left to do, and that's jerry rig this system up, and I think the ECU is still connected. Turn it on and see if it primes and see if we get a leak. Hopefully our little pressure gauge goes up and fuel doesn't go everywhere. Yes? I think it just started to get fuel pressure in there. Just started to... Yeah, we got pressure, boys! I'm gonna go once more. Yes! I'm not seeing any leaks. I'm not seeing any leaks! Oh, yes! One more time. Yes. Yes! There's not a single leak under it. Oh, the best. So we are finished, and wicked job. So much fun. It's firstly costly, so fucking costly. Not worth it in my opinion, but fun to do. On to bigger and better things like, well, ECU. ECU or... No, the intake's off, so I could do the intake will have to stay off to do the ECU next. Anyway, see you on the next one. Bye. Ever since you shut the door on everything we knew, you're too late for love. Fuel pump did not prime. What do I have unplugged? So plug the fuel fuse in and you'll be better off. Take 3, plug the ECU back in. Fucking hell.